Hello, imaginary friends, and welcome to another episode of the Imaginaries Literary Podcast. Today, we have a very special guest. Her name is Jinn Marshall. She is a brand new author. Her book dropped January 1st. Welcome, Jennie. Thank you so much for being on this podcast. What does it feel like now that you are a published author? Did you feel different before your book was on the shelf to right now, or is it just the same?
It's actually, there was no specific moment, but it's definitely started to feel different. It's like I am actually a published author. I'm not just a hobbyist writer. I am a published author. And so that's, it's a pretty great feeling.
Are you rubbing it in everybody's eyes? That English teacher that was like, "You're not a good writer," and you're like, "Oh yeah."
Oh yeah. A little bit maybe.
So why don't you give us a real quick blurb of what your book is about, and then we can just dive right in.
The book's called Exodus Mist. It is a story about a woman who was supposed to leave on a Mars mission. And Mars is in the process of being terraformed, and most of your rich and your prosperous and your educated and all of those people have now left Earth to go live on Mars. And she was supposed to go, but she ended up being left behind due to kind of her own struggles. Mm-hmm. And so she is trying to navigate life in this sort of newfound society, not quite post-apocalyptic, but kind of. And she finds a small child, which kind of starts the whole thing going, and is just trying to get to a place where everybody can live and survive and be comfortable and exist in a world that's trying real hard to keep that from happening.
And it takes place in Atlanta.
Yes.
Is that where you're from? Is that why it takes place in Atlanta?
I am actually from Nichols, Georgia, which is quite a ways south. But I love Atlanta. I've spent a lot of time in Atlanta. A lot of what I do with the writing and even with the promoting and all of that is done through the Atlanta Writers Club.
Right on.
There's all of the places in that book are places that actually exist right now that I've been to and that I enjoy going to, kind of.
Yeah. You got the CDC in there. You got all the other stuff in there.
Yes.
And I'm like, as I'm reading through, I'm like, oh, I've been there. Oh, I've been there. Oh, I've been there. So yeah, it was great. That was really fun. So tell me a little bit about Jinn. Did you have inspirations? Did she just come to you as you were writing, or was it you woke up in the middle of the night, or did you have other literary or movie inspirations? Where did you get her?
She's kind of a conglomerate, and she's a very personal character to me. A lot of what a lot of her internal struggles through the story are things that either I've been through or that I've, talked about or looked at. And so she's very personal to me, but she's also kind of an amalgamation of not just me, but just other people that I know. And most of my characters kind of end up that way. They're kind of these amalgamations of either people that I know that I'm friends with, or people that I've seen or met, or something to that effect. So
yeah.
Yep.
When I write characters and I'm writing about a struggle that I'm currently on or a struggle that I've had before, I discover that I find out more about myself than I even realize. It comes to the point where I'm writing this book or a short story or whatever, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what does that say about me? Holy moly. And if nobody ever reads the book, then it's well, that book was for me, and this helped me through some stuff and helped me get over whatever, or see something about myself where I'm like, wow, that's crazy. Did you find that while you were writing her?
So much.
Yeah.
So much. Her kind of counter character, Pseudo, who might be one of my favorite characters that I've ever written.
Right here.
That is that was sort of the arguments I would either have with myself, or that my husband would point out something to me, and just this oversimplification of things that's brilliant, but just
frustrating.
Really, yes, there was a whole lot of that going through there, and even through the editing process and all of that, I would be able to just kind of come through and be like, okay, like you said, frustratingly simple. It's like really should have seen that kind of thing.
Oh yeah, yeah. I like Pseudo. Pseudo was great. He was my favorite character in the whole book.
Awesome.
I just every time he was on the page, I was like, all right, here we go, Pseudo. There we go.
So, question: is Pseudo more you, like more a part of you, or is he more your husband, or just someone else that's everyone?
Well, I wanted the like young genius character. Like I was looking for that sort of cliche.
Nevertheless, I'm smarter. I'm a genius. No, several geniuses.
But a lot of what he says comes from my husband. Like, so,
is he a young genius? Are you saying that your husband is a young genius?
Honestly, kind of. Yeah.
Remember, you're on oath,
right?
Yeah.
You're under oath.
Yeah, he's. I can't really call him young because he's same age as me. But but he is like incredibly smart, and he has no idea that he's incredibly smart. And I think that's kind of the difference between my husband and Pseudo is that Pseudo knows he's smart, like, and he's aware of it. And Wade, my husband's Wade, he's incredibly smart, but he's not quite so aware of it. So
they never are, in real life, they just never are. Yeah. The way that I saw Jinn and Pseudo, it was kind of like a Carl Jung, like your shadow and your ego, and seeing them fighting each other, but coming to that same, like, because they came across so much as brother and sister. Because like at first, and I don't want to do any spoilers, so I'm like trying to keep it as vague as possible, because you should go out and get it if you like post-apocalyptic, semi-post-apocalyptic stuff. But
pre-apocalyptic,
post-apocalyptic,
or just apocalyptic.
Apocalyptic. Yeah, there we go.
Yes.
But anyway, sorry. But it goes. The way that they were when I first introduced, I was like, okay, is this going to be a romantic interest? Like, where is this going? And then I was like, oh, they're brother and sister. They're totally brother and sister. It's going to come out that they're brother and sister. They're not. But they both have like the same goals for each other. And I was like, oh, this is interesting. This is like an interplay of like the shadow. And I was like, okay, so this is cool. I like this. I'm getting behind this. And I liked that because Jinn was the shadow. The main character was the shadow. She was the darkness. Or the troubled one, where she's kind of gotten past her troubles a little bit, but not quite, So very interesting, great. So I liked that a lot, and that was one of the notes that I had taken when I was reading it. I was like, okay, so I'm seeing the shadow play here. This is cool. I like it. But while you're, this is one of the questions I ask everybody: are you a plotter or are you a discovery writer?
I think I fall somewhere in the middle. What I really do is I create the world. I create the world, and then I kind of find a specific point in it, and then I just kind of see what happens.
Yeah.
And that was how I did that. Like, because when I created that world, it was a lot of looking around, like a lot of just what I was seeing at the time, and a lot of that just me kind of playing it out in my mind. All right, where is this going?
Yeah.
And because that was one of the things I thought about, especially with, the Exodus mission. It's like, all right, so what if we do get to Mars? Then what happens? Is everybody going to go to Mars? Are we going to, are only a couple people?
No. Yeah.
Like, how is that going to work? And then if they do, what's going to be left? And so that was kind of where I started it. And that all actually started with a little flash fiction. I wrote for a little competition. I can't even remember how long ago now. But that was what the piece was about. It was a little 1,000 words, and it was, what's the world going to be like in 100 years?
Yeah.
And that was what I thought. It's like, all right, well, half of them, the one with money, basically, go to Mars. And then you have your sort of Earth-centric, like very naturalist society, which I represented with Nomad. Mm-hmm. And then you have everyone else.
Yeah.
And so who does that leave, and where does that leave them? And then it kind of grew from there into Exodus Mist. So
right on. So how long did it take you to write this? You said that you started with that short story, or at least the germ of the idea started with the short story. How long did it take you to put the whole thing together?
Probably, because I really can't remember how long ago, but I sat on that story for a while because I liked the concept, but I wasn't really sure where to go with it. And then
so once you actually started up.
Yeah, when I finally did start writing, it probably pretty close to a year to sit down and put the whole thing out.
Yeah. Right. What was the most difficult part, or who? Okay, hang on. I want, because it's like a two-parter. I want to know what was the most difficult part, either getting your arcs here or there, or what was the most difficult character to write. Like I want both. Like, what was the hardest part, hardest scene, hardest story element to write, and then what was the hardest character?
I don't know. That's kind of a tough one. My hardest character was Lucas. Like, I had a real hard time with him.
Okay.
And partly because he felt really flat. Like, every time I would write him, he would feel really flat. But I didn't want him to do like weird dramatic things just for the sake of drama. Mm-hmm. Like, so it was challenging to get him because most of Lucas's struggle was internal, and it wasn't very upfront because he's not the main character. And so he was kind of a struggle to write. I don't know, like the story itself, I really kind of had a lot of fun with it. And so I don't think there was really a part in particular that was a struggle. I did completely rewrite the ending after Cindy got a hold of it. So there was that.
How dare you, Cindy?
No, it wasn't. It actually wasn't her suggestion. She had read it and was kind of open to it, but I was sitting there looking at the ending like, it just doesn't feel right. So I completely redid the end of it.
Awesome.
That way.
Huh. So it came from you, like you were just unhappy with the ending and then you changed it? Right on. Okay. And you feel way better about it now?
Yes, I do.
Can you, without any spoilers, can you identify what was the thing that wasn't working for you?
What was the original ending?
The original ending felt a little too happily ever after.
Okay,
like,
good. Okay,
good.
And
in this world, in this like scenario that they're in, that wasn't really an option.
No, definitely not. Yeah, I'm really glad you changed it.
Thank you.
Because the happily ever after, especially if it ends up, I'm sure it has series potential in your head, if not in practical or whatever. But with a happily ever after, where you're going to go to the next or to the continuation of that story, it wouldn't feel right. It wouldn't feel right at all. So that's a great move. That's awesome. That's really good. So speaking of Cindy, what was the editing process like? What was that? Tell me the
Can
emotions.
I actually?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, just to preempt that one because chronologically, how did you get connected with Cindy and the publishing world?
The Atlanta Writers Club. They're probably going to be mentioned a few times in here, but every year, twice a year, they have an Atlanta Writers Conference, and it's basically they take over a hotel in Atlanta, and all of these editors and agents and publishers come in, and all of the aspiring writers, such as myself, get to go in and talk to them and just see, hey, this is what I've got. What is it? How does it look? And you get like actual genuine feedback. Yeah, Cindy was one of those that I had scheduled a meeting with, and so she had gotten, I think, like the first 30 pages, I think, was what I had submitted. And I came in and sat down with her, and she seemed like really interested in it. And I'm going into this thinking everybody's going to look at me and be like, what are you doing? Like, why are you even trying?
Fraud.
And exactly. That's what you feel like. Like, it is.
Yeah.
We get how you feel. Yeah.
Yeah. And she was like genuinely interested, and she gave me like a couple of tips, and it's like, here, you could kind of work on this and this. And then as we were wrapping up, and she was like, I'd really like to get the rest of the manuscript. I'm just like, what, really?
Yeah.
And I was like tripping over myself walking out of that meeting because I was like, she just asked me for the manuscript. Like, it was so crazy. And working with her has been amazing. Like, Cindy is so great.
Awesome.
Because at no point did she ever make me feel like she's, telling me what to do. Like, it was very much a joint effort. Like, we were partners in it. And she took what I thought was a pretty strong piece of work and made it awesome. So
awesome. That's great. And again, another great testimonial about Cindy. She's just awesome.
Right.
She is.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
When we last talked with her, she was like, don't make it about me when you talk to Jennie.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sorry, Cindy. It's
you're going to have to stop being so awesome if you want that to happen.
Please don't stop. Yeah. So I have, Timothy, yes, you're correct. I have also been to the Atlanta's Writers Conference twice, and it was fantastic. It was just great. All the agents and editors that I worked with, Cindy was one of them, and that's how we all got connected with her. She was one of them that I had worked with on a book that I had done a while back, and there is nothing. I would say it's very the feeling that you get after walking away that somebody in the profession is like, I love your stuff, I want more of it. That feeling is like, bar a couple of very life amazing moments like that.
You had a child.
Like a children, marriage, whatever. Like I don't know if anything, I think everything else pales in comparison to that moment where you're like, oh my gosh, somebody in the industry believes that I'm a writer too. Like,
I know.
It's just so great. It's such a great moment. So
It is.
I feel you on that. Tripping over yourself as you're walking out. I get that. Oh man. I remember, I went once, and I'm not trying to make it about me. I went once and I pitched a story to an agent, and they were like, yeah, okay, I want the full manuscript. And I was like, great. And I walked out and I went and I sat in my car and I was like shaking, like, oh my gosh, like this is so great. So it was very cool, and it's just weird because I don't even like usually get that emotional anyway. I'm usually just like whatever. But
I know this is your first book getting published. I'm curious, is this the first book you've actually written, or were there other books that you wrote before this one?
I have been writing since I was very young. Like it started a long time ago. This is probably the first like novel length that I got from start to finish.
Right.
Definitely not the first one I've started. I've had many of those.
as old as time.
Yes. But I did write one that was kind of novella length when I was younger, and it was so bad. Like it was just so bad. I learned a lot in that process though, because I decided, and this was like early 20s, and I decided that I was going to write a book about me and all my friends and just make this whole cool thing up. And the imposter
Sorry,
syndrome.
your early 20s or the early 1920s? Or
Not quite.
The 2020s.
2020.
I mean, I guess that's an option.
That's fair. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, and like the imposter syndrome is real. And so every time one of my friends who are absolutely not writers, not even particularly like avid readers, would come in and be like, no, you should change this. I would.
You're like,
I'd be like, all right, well, I'll change that. I'll fix it. And then by the time it was done, it was just, it was so bad.
Oh.
And so I put that away for a long time. And I've got another one that I'm working on I have been working on it for a very long time, which hopefully will see the light of day at some point. But it's one that's always kind of stayed back there, and then I'll bring it back out and work on it, and then put it back and back and forth. So,
what sort of genre or what kind of general descriptors can you give that one?
It's still falls in kind of the science fiction-y realm with a little more fantasy elements to it. The way I see it is like way in the future kind of thing. So something that could potentially happen, but not for like thousands of years.
Yeah.
And so there's certain magical elements and science elements that aren't necessarily, accurate, but
So more like WALL-E or more like Dune?
Yeah. That's
more
good.
Sanderson-y or like Burroughs or like what are we talking?
Sanderson would probably be one of the closest.
Okay.
One of the closer ones there.
So is that the genre that you write in is just sci-fi?
It tends to be, yeah. I've done a lot of poetry, but those are more like my things. And then I do a lot of like essay writing and stuff like that because I am like always in school. I swear I could go to college for like ever and ever and ever. Even though I'm middle-aged already and problems will be done, I could still go back again and again.
School's the best. When you're actually doing it right.
Yeah.
Yes.
So all right, you got to give me a list. I know I'm jumping in here again. Give me a list of your favorite sci-fi authors, like top 3, top 5, and then you got to give me a list of best sci-fi movies in your opinion.
And you do not have to impress us or justify them at all.
Yes, you do.
Just be.
I will ask all
Okay.
the questions.
All right, Donkey Kong.
Okay, so for authors, I would go. Oh, I don't know. I have so many. Margaret Atwood takes my top.
Okay.
Margaret Atwood is the reason I am in science fiction. And
Right on.
if you want to see me geek out like a 13-year-old at a K-pop concert, introduce me to Margaret Atwood.
Okay. Did you hear that, everyone?
Get her to Margaret.
But she is definitely like my top and probably will always be there. I like Octavia Butler, N.K. Jemisin, Martha Wells, that All Systems Red series,
Yep,
the Murderbot
yeah.
series. Oh
Yep.
my God, I love that so much.
Okay, right on.
Apparently, I should know this one.
Yeah.
It's they just made like an Apple TV series
Yes, they did.
about
Yep.
it.
Yeah,
I
it
haven't
just came
seen
out.
it, so I don't
Okay.
actually know.
I
but
read the first book. I read the first book of it, but I haven't gone any further yet.
But yeah, I
Okay.
loved that book. It
Yeah.
was so good.
It's a good thing we're recording this so I can look back and
You can always come back.
yeah.
For movies, that one's tough. I really don't watch a whole lot of movies. So it's a little challenging. I'm a huge Star Trek nerd.
Okay.
I love me some Star Trek.
Wait. Next Generation. What? Deep Space Nine. Like, what are we talking here? Which one? All of the above.
Of all of the above, but I gotta
Okay.
say Captain Picard
Yeah.
sits on top for me most of the time. And I love that one because I love the
Jean-Luc.
philosophy in it. Like
Oh, there's
everything
so much.
about it
Yes.
is all like I love that so much. And that's what I like about science fiction in general.
Yeah.
It's just that just the way you take it, and it's like holding up a mirror. Like you have
Yeah.
this imaginary world, but you're still reflecting back and like seeing, your own
sure.
thoughts, your own ideas.
Yeah.
I mean, what other series can a bald, moralizing Abraham Lincoln save the day just by giving someone a talking to?
Exactly. Like there's
The
no
best.
giant battles in that.
Yeah, no.
Like
Not always. There were some.
yeah,
but,
there were a
not
couple,
always.
but not.
Yes, there were
not
plenty.
really.
Yeah. If you don't watch movies a lot, then do you just ignore the hype around like Dune and whatever? Because there's a lot of times when I will like, I read Dune, but when the movies came out, it pushed me further to like read more of the series, which I don't regret for a second because it was freaking awesome. I feel like even the second and third book were almost better than the first book. Like when those movies come out, like it gets me hyped to read more of series or dive deeper into a series or something. And you don't do that. You don't get into that like hype or like, oh cool, yeah, movies.
I don't know. I think I just don't have the attention span for a movie, which is weird
Okay.
because I can sit down and read a book cover to cover.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
I don't know if it's that a book requires more focus or.
Yeah.
But every time I sit down and try to watch a movie, I end up my mind is like elsewhere, and
When you're doing the book, you have to do
Interesting.
all the work. Where the movie, you're just doing some of the work. You're filling in the imagination. You're also taking in the words and stuff. So maybe it is just more stimulating than a movie for you, which is great. That's awesome. I think that's
yeah,
Because it
fantastic.
requires
I'm
your
happy with it.
involvement. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, I'm curious, was there a moment in the process of signing with Cindy, doing all the editing and contracts, was there a moment where you realized I'm an author now? Because the three of us are aspiring authors.
Yeah, we're still working there.
So we're writers, but we haven't crossed that threshold to be able to say we're authors.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, was there a moment where it like clicked, like, oh, I'm an author now, instead of just a writer?
it was slow. It was a slow thing, like working with Cindy and going through it and, going through everything. It was kind of a slow realization. But I think once I got my release date, like that was the point where it's like, this is actually going to be out there in the world. Like, this is,
that makes sense.
a real thing.
Rubber hits the road.
Yes.
And what was the feeling when you got your first advanced reader copy in your hand, your first copy of your book?
It's very surreal. And I don't know. It's really strange. My sons, I've been talking to them and they're relatively young. My oldest is 12. And so I feel like it's kind of, I compare it to them because I show them and they're just like, okay, like it's there.
Whatever, ma.
Yeah. And and so it's really strange. It's like this very surreal feeling. It's like it's not real. Like it's like, no, those are the real books. This is just like a pretend or something. I don't know. Like I don't even know how to explain it.
That hurts my heart, but yeah, I get it. Yeah, well, what you can do is you can rub their faces in it when you go to a bookstore, and you're like, "There's my book, kids!" Oh, I didn't believe you, Mom. And then they don't believe you. They're like, "Oh no, you came here early and you set that up." You
Right? Yeah.
all right. Yeah. Sure.
That definitely happened to me the other day as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, not the same way. Not the same milestone, but like my 7-year-old was like, I was playing back one of our videos that was getting a lot of views, and I was like, "Look, buddy, like over 1,000 people have, like, are listening to my voice and Caleb's story," and like, and then he's like, "Can you play with me now?" That's like, no, he doesn't care at all. Like it meant nothing to him.
It means
but
absolutely nothing.
Yeah. Well, that's what
I'm still me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
My oldest son's, his teachers have gotten excited about it. And
Right
so
on.
that is apparently like enough for him to be like, oh, wait, maybe this
Okay.
could mean something.
That's cool.
Um,
It's like the outside. You're outsourcing this excitement for them.
Yeah.
So I have to tell his teachers that. Thank you for that tip.
There you go.
Yes. So I'm wondering, like, after you got involved with Sin, so you went to the Atlanta Writers Conference Fair. What's it called?
Conference.
Conference. Yeah.
Conference. Okay. I've never been there, so. But I now see how very useful and beautiful and wonderful and very much I should go there. It is.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yes.
So after you did that, and then she was like, "I want to read more." Presumably, you were also talking to other people that you'd met there. There was a point at which you decided she's the one I want to go with. Had you already started working with her at that point, or was it like, and what kind of hoops did you have to jump through before, on her end, you could tell, oh, there's commitment, like she really wants, you know what I mean?
Yeah. The
So
main
that's the
thing's
part of the
patience.
process I'm missing mentally.
Yeah. Patience. Like it has been so hard for me to wait. And
Yeah.
because it took, like we went, the conference was in November. She gave me a few tips and to just kind of edit. So I went through and did that and then went through their submission portal to submit it.
Okay.
But it was closed. So because it was coming up on the holidays. So I had to wait and I had to be very patient. And then later in January, they reopened the submission portal. And so I was able to submit. And then it still took a very long time for it to actually make it up to kind of the top of her list. And so it was, I say a very long time, but if you're looking at like the publishing industry, it really wasn't that long.
Yeah.
Because it was about 6 months before she decided to, like, before she was able to really read it and decide, okay, I want to work with this.
Yeah.
And then that's when, like, it was the
That
next
must have
June.
felt like an eternity.
Yeah. I know.
Yes, it
Oh
does.
my goodness.
Was she able to give you an update at any point during that, or like just too busy?
Yeah, well, she kind of, she kept me every so often. She'd say, hey, I'm still, you're still here. I'm not, I haven't,
That's great.
because, that's what I was
Says a lot.
waiting on pretty much the whole time was for her to be like, you know what? Nah, never mind.
Right.
And so she, she kind of kept me about once a month or so. She would just hit me up and be like, I'm still, still here. It's making its way to the top of the pile. Just be patient.
I think that's an outlier. I think Cindy's an outlier in that sense.
I think
that
so
there
too.
a lot of agents will take it, and then you'll either never hear from them again, or it's like 6 months later, then they're like, hey, I'm passing on this, sorry. And it's like, oh okay.
Yeah. But that was the main thing, is just being patient and just waiting and not losing it as far as that goes, not being like, all right, well, never mind, she's not going to do it, just being patient and waiting. And then even the editing process took, almost 18 months by the time, even from the time the contract was signed till I got a publication date, it still
Okay,
took
so
a
this
long
was
time.
not last November, last January. This was like 2 years ago.
And it's just, like I said, just being patient. And because it's been worth it every step of the way. And like I said, like looking at the publishing industry, it's not like a long time as far as that goes. It's fairly average, normal turnarounds, maybe even quick, depending on who you're looking at.
Yeah.
But on a personal level, it just felt like an eternity, just waiting to hear and all of that. But yeah, working with her has been great. And she always made sure that I was aware of what was going on and that, things are moving. You just gotta, be patient.
While you were waiting, did you send it out to any other people, like any queries or any partial manuscripts or anything?
I sent out several queries. Even at the conference, I had several queries out. And most of them were rejected, as, these things go. I had one other person that showed a little bit of interest in it, but then I didn't hear from them for a long time. And then by the time I did hear back from them, I had already heard from Cindy. And just after meeting Cindy and seeing, the literary wanderlust and all of that, like I was like, I think I want to go this way. So
in my research and my understanding of queries and getting your book in and whatever, they always tell you, like, send out, even if you sent out your book, even if somebody's requested it, you can still send out to agents that you think are still going to be a good fit for you. But queries, like cold queries, going right into the slush pile, the chances of them like breaking through is so little, to where if you have a face-to-face, like at the Atlanta Writers Conference, your chances of actually moving forward with that agent or editor or even publisher go up dramatically. And I found that to be true in my life and in my experiences and stuff. And then also as I'm reading about, like, hey, how are you getting published? What's going on? Like all of my research, it's like, oh yeah, that's the way to do it. Or unless you get a reference. If John is like, hey, I'm in the industry, I don't think your book works for me, but I know this lady, Mary, you should send it to her and make sure that you say that I sent you, and that gets you in, like your foot gets in the door. So that's fantastic. That's awesome. I love that you were able to meet her and choose her, because that was the whole thing. Her impression, like, she impressed me so much when I met her that I was like, oh my gosh, I want you in my life all the time. Like, this doesn't, you don't have to just be an agent,
just
or
a good
an
person,
editor or
yeah.
whatever. She's awesome. She's great. And so we've had her on the podcast a couple of times, and she's awesome. We're gonna have her on the podcast again. So she's just a great human being.
Guys, this is Cindy. Don't make it about me.
Sorry, Cindy. Sorry. But it's exciting. It's exciting to talk to her and just like work with her and stuff. It's really awesome. So I'm happy for you that you have that. It's really, really cool.
I could sing Cindy's praises all day. I really could.
For sure.
I just want to say congratulations, for real.
Yeah.
Like,
thank you.
And well done, like, sticking it through and
heck yeah,
not giving up on the book while you were slogging away and nobody was there other than presumably family and a few friends to tell you to do it. It seems like you're just working at a void, right? And then you went to the conference and you stuck it through even though nobody was responding right away. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's a lot of perseverance, like, for sure. A lot of
Do you have a writers group or a group of beta readers or a group of readers that are like supporting you or interested in you or anything that you write? They're like, yes, give it to me.
Not so much yet.
Okay.
I'm working on that. I have I do a lot with the Writers Club, and so we have they're doing it's kind of an experiment, at least from what I can gather, for new authors, and they're just kind of grouping us together with a mentor to teach us how to do all of the marketing and all of that kind of stuff.
That's great.
And then I've been working on, actually just recently graduated with an MFA in creative writing from Portland University of Arts, or rather Pacific Northwest Arts College. And so I have like a group of people over there that are really excited for me, which is awesome.
Right on.
I like to joke that I go coast to coast because
there you go.
I live on the East Coast and I'm all the way on the West Coast.
Yep.
That's great.
But like I have family up there in the Pacific Northwest and stuff like that, and so it's pretty cool though. Community is like huge. Like it is really hard, especially for writers. We tend to kind of be in our own bubble, and then like I am hugely introverted. It is so hard for me. Like for anybody else, I could like hype up anybody else all day long.
Oh, sure, yeah.
But then when it comes to like promoting myself, I'm just like, yeah, please read my book. Like,
It's all right. I think it's okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
and it took you all day to get up the
Dan has
gumption to
told
even say,
Caleb and
please
I-
read my book.
Right.
Dan has regularly told Caleb and I that we're not allowed to say, it's like this other book, but not as good.
Yes, it's true.
So
It's all
much, yes.
true.
Because that's how you feel.
Oh my
Yep.
gosh.
I'm telling you that
Yeah.
imposter syndrome is like it is almost crippling.
Yes, it is.
Like-
It is legit. It is not fun. All right, so Jennie, thank you so much for coming on. Before
Thank
you
you.
go, I always ask 3 questions. So, number 1, what are you reading right now? Number 2, what should people out there in the ether, what should they be reading? And number 3, how can we support you / what are you working on?
I'm reading 2 books because I am a nerd like that. But of course, I am reading Margaret Atwood's memoir because it just came out, and so really enjoying that. And I am reading, I can't remember the title of this book. It is the book by Keanu Reeves and China Mayville.
Is it the Book of Elsewhere?
Yes, that one. Yes,
Yeah.
Book of Elsewhere. Okay,
Right on.
so yeah, I'm reading that one. I'm actually almost done with it. I read that one because I read the Perdido Street Station, which
there
I
you
thought was really cool. Like it was just really different, really interesting. And so since I liked that one so much, I picked this one up, and it's been really cool. I really enjoyed that. And then of course Margaret Atwood's a memoir of sorts has been very interesting, and she's one of my favorite humans, much less authors. So.
Right on.
That's really exciting. Okay. What should people read? I have so many of those.
I just need one.
Okay. Well, all right. So I've mentioned a few dozen times Margaret Atwood.
Uh-huh.
Oryx and Crake was, and I am so not exaggerating, life-changing for me. Like, so I recommend that to everybody, just because it's one of those books that makes you like really look at your own life and like how you do things and how you respond to things.
Right on.
And it's very very interesting. But that's the book that got me started on Margaret Atwood, and
Awesome.
and it's one of my favorite books. I have referenced it in many a college essay. I would say that one would have to probably be on my top. And as far as I go, read my book. It's awesome.
Yeah, that's a good ending. That is a
Best
great
plug ever.
ending. Yeah,
Read my book.
So if you're out there and you see Jennie Marshall's books, Exodus Mist, make sure you pick it up and then leave her a review. How about that? Give her a great review. Give her a 5-star. Do it, whatever. And tell people about it. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on this channel if you like writing, if you like reading, if you like supporting independent artists. Please subscribe, comment, and share. And we will see you next time. Thanks so much for joining us, Jennie.
All right, thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi. If you want to watch something, watch this. Or maybe it's over here. I don't know where it's going to be, but it's going to be somewhere. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to do